That's why they can't genuinely dialogue with anyone else in the world, with the rest of the world. They've built epistemological walls that are so high that any light from any other civilization simply cannot reach them. The result is that the modern Western mind, while brilliant in technical manipulation, is deformed in moral perception. It can design a chip, a microchip that's smaller than a fingernail, but you can't tell right from wrong. You can colonize Mars, but you don't know how to coexist with humanity. That's what happens when you breed intellect only within the same family of arrogance and disbelief. It produces monstrosities. It produces monstrosities and deformities that mistake power for wisdom, or power for morality, or power for right. You know, it's just like with their old monarchies and their aristocracies in Europe. These weird, inbred, misshapen mutants. And then the rest of the people try to emulate them, the common people. Just because those are the people who are at the top of the social hierarchy, the highest class, and so on. So everyone tries to act like these and resemble these freaks of nature. They become the standards of beauty and sophistication. Meanwhile, the rest of the world, you know, Africa, Asia, the Muslim world, and so on, still have access to the broader human gene pool of thought. We can actually integrate revelation with reason, tradition with science, community with individuality, and so forth. We can actually think vertically and horizontally. The West can't. It's a so-called civilization that is suffering from hereditary insanity, congenital insanity, convinced that their deformities are beauty. And for many, many years, you were holding a gun to our heads to make us tell you how pretty you are. But that's the only reason we ever said it, because the gun was to our heads. But like all inbred dynasties, it eventually is going to collapse under the weight of its own defects. It's not going to collapse because of invasion, external invasion from outside, but because of degeneration from inside. Because the intellect can only reproduce with itself for so long before it becomes sterile. The Western mind has reached this point. Yes, like I said, it's a shame. It's a shame and it's a pity that this was done to you, that your so-called civilization has betrayed you like this, that your so-called civilization has condemned you to intellectual deformity and obsolescence. They never built your character as a people. They never built your morality. They never built your minds. They stunted your development and kept you primitive. And it's a shame, but it is what it is.